Hey guys, welcome back to whatever this is. So for this episode, it's going to be, again, I'm probably going to be very video game focused on this channel. But I figure with the name, I can still kind of loop around to things. But unfortunately today is another video game topic. So for today, it's going to be a game I spent a lot of time with 20 years ago. And recently the sequel came out, Phantasy Star Online 2. Had recently come out. I spent an evening or two playing it. It's okay. If it was on the PS4, I'd probably spend more time with it. But it's good. I wish I had more of a drive to kind of keep playing it. But I did start reminiscing on how much I played the original Phantasy Star on my Sega Dreamcast. Now note, when it came to the Dreamcast version, I actually played this game offline only. I never was able to get the broadband adapter. Okay, no. I was able to get the broadband adapter, but at the time the servers were down by the time I got it, so I wasn't able to actually play it, which sucked. Really cool game. We picked it up because it came with the demo for Sonic Adventure 2, and we were really excited for that. So we decided to buy it, try it out. My brother hated it. I loved it. But I was constantly playing the single player, so the game is very slow and sluggish. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that dragon just trying to learn to grind on my own. Now, when it came out on the GameCube, I remember saving all of my paper route money from like July to when the game came out in September, so I could get the broadband adapter, I could go online, play with my friend. And unfortunately, my friend didn't end up joining me, but I did end up playing with a few other people. I did even have like a group of people I played with. I remember there was one guy on AOL Instant Messenger back in the day. I know his name was like Shining Force 19, I want to say 84, 85 or something like that. And I would play with him a lot. And I had a good time. Like, it was a fantastic game. But the version I absolutely fell in love with was, and I don't have it anymore because there's kind of no reason to own it, because you can't even play it even if you put it into the console, is the original Xbox version. That version I absolutely fell in love with for a solid 2 years. I played it all the time. I would go out, come back, Phantasy Star. Go out, come back, Phantasy Star. Go to school, Phantasy Star. Was late for work, didn't want to go in, called in sick, Phantasy Star. I played it religiously on the original Xbox, and I think for me the biggest grab towards it was the voice chat. These versions didn't have voice chat. The Xbox original version did, and I put copious amounts of hours into that Xbox version. Easily, I think I put like 100 hours into this version, probably 200, and then God knows what I had on the original Xbox version. My original Xbox died years ago, and those saves are long gone. You can't even access them. You put the disc in, it just gives you an error. It really sucks. But the Xbox version was cool just because it had the voice chat. So to me, it was like the best version to play. And the updates were pretty constant with it until they were about to take it down. And then it was like, I forget which holiday it was. I want to say it was like Eternally Christmas for like a year and a half before they took the servers offline, which was hilarious. But yeah, it was cool because you could just kind of keep doing that Christmas event over and over. The Eternal Christmas. The only thing that sucks is that you had to play for the Xbox Live and pay for Phantasy Star, which was like $8 or $11 Canadian. Can't remember. But these games were a blast. I spent so many hours of my youth playing it, just trying to save money and coax people into playing it with me. And even when like I went and got my original Xbox version, I remember walking to my local EB Games in the middle of a snowstorm to try and get it. I used to be notorious for just trading everything in. That's just kind of how my house worked at the time. I tend now to hold on to things where I used to just let it go. And I was trading in a bunch of stuff to try and get it. Dreamcast games, N64 games, everything. And to me, it was worth it. The amount of playtime I got out of that original Phantasy Star Online. And the build-up to the GameCube release, I remember I used to help run a Pokemon League, and I almost had two guys actually join in with me to play it. The one guy stepped out because he was like, I'm not buying a broadband adapter. I understood. That was like an $80 investment for literally only one game actually used it, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, the Phantasy Star my friend, this copy is really special to me because I had gotten rid of the older version and I ended up buying the 1.1 version at one point. And when the Wii was coming out, I got rid of a ton of GameCube stuff, which that's the one game I actually really regret getting rid of. But my friend who I'm still friends with in my Pokemon League, we nicknamed him Sunshine. This is his old copy. And I'm really grateful for that because this was the last game I added into my GameCube collection because I knew I couldn't play it online anymore without some heavy modifications, and I really wanted to add it into the collection. And to finish off my GameCube collection, this was it. Have I added stuff since then? Yeah, but none of it was like stuff I was like, oh my god, I gotta get it. It's just, okay, I pick up Burnout because I found it for $5. But to me, this was the last game to cross off the list of GameCube games I wanted to re-grab. That was a few years back, but he gave me this, and it finished off my GameCube collection. Yeah, I always ended up, while playing this game, I always played as the Hunter. I did eventually get into the Fomars, and I used the new one, the one who's on the cover of this one, the one with the red hair in the back. But I always liked playing the Hunter character, but I think that was because I played it single player for so long in the original Dreamcast, that by the time I got to this one and I was playing online, I'm gonna just run in and try and stab everything. But no, it's a great game. If you can figure out how to get the game online, I would strongly recommend it. You'll have a good time. I believe there's a few private servers you can still connect to. I know the Dreamcast definitely has it, and I know the PC version has a private server. Yeah, guys, that's where I'm going to leave off today. I love Phantasy Star Online. I don't know if I'd ever fully dive back into it unless like it was a small group of people we were playing every night with just us together. But that's it for today, guys. Take care. Have a good one.